So how do I even begin this? So let's just, your new TNA World Champion is Frankie Kazarian. Okay, so before I even get into talking about that, let's just discuss how this happened. So, Santana was supposed to defend the TNA World Championship against Ryan Nemeth, Nic Nemeth's brother. But the match ended in no contest after a bunch of lower mid-card NXT guys, so Lexis King, Charlie Dempsey, the High Ryze, Robert Stone, jumped the ring and attacked both men, then left. I have my own opinion about that, but we'll talk about that later. So as Santana is sitting in the ring nursing his wounds, then Frankie Kazarian comes in. He gives in the Call Your Shot Gauntlet cup, and then he defeats Santana, and he's your new TNA World Champion. What the fuck? What, like, this week in wrestling is just so frustrating for me because I was so pissed the last few days because NXT spoiled the major match I was looking forward to on Evolve, and now Frankie Kazarian is your new world champion. Don't get me wrong, he absolutely deserves to be world champion, but we were waiting so long to put that belt on Mike Santana. We had such a long build, and now you're just throwing it out. Did you not learn anything from your Joe Henry situation? Everybody was waiting so long for Joe Henry to get that world championship, and by the time he got it, nobody cared. Nobody cared that Joe Henry was world champion because you waited too long. A lot of people already felt like you waited too long with Mike Santana. Not only do a lot of people are frustrated about that, they're also frustrated that you took a whole month off after Bound for Glory, and as soon as you come back, now Frankie Kazarian just defeated Mike Santana. I'm sorry, but this is just the dumbest move I could imagine you making. Maybe in 3 months, if Frankie Kazarian then wins it, it would still be surprising because nobody expects Frankie Kazarian to win it. But come on his first actual appearance as world champion, you're gonna take, man, what can I say? It's TNA. Every time they give me hope, shit like this happens, and I don't know how much more I can take with this company. And as far as that NXT invasion goes, am I supposed to care that Robert Stone, Lexis King, Charlie Dempsey, the High Ryze are invading TNA? Is that supposed to excite me for anything? Like, come on, who do you care? Who really wants to see Charlie Dempsey go up against someone on NXT or TNA right now? Like, who wants to see Lexis King versus Santana? Who wants to see any of that? Nobody does. I mean, it's not even like there was someone big involved. The most big name there is literally what, Lexis King, Robert Stone. It's just, I'm so frustrated with TNA. The rest of the show was okay though. After the whole opening of the show where Mike Santana and Ryan Nemeth have a confrontation, we go backstage where Kalani Jordan is interviewed about her World Championship match tonight against Heather by Elegance. She's approached by Marsha Day, Zai Brookside, and Laying Lee, who tell her that, she's part of the TNA family now and they'll offer her a spot in their locker room since everybody else kicked her out. But she just straight up rejects them, saying that they'll never know the talent she has, they'll never be on her level, and she wouldn't want to go in a locker room with them. So a nice little character work. I'm loving this new heel, Kalani Jordan. Later on in her match, she faces Heather by Elegance. Whoever wins will face M by Elegance tomorrow night on Turning Point. I'm going to talk about that in a second too, damn. Just want to talk about Heather by Elegance for a moment. She's 4'9". That's really short. She's a whole 3 inches shorter than Sabrina Carpenter, and everybody already knows Sabrina Carpenter is short as hell. And then she's a whole, I did research, 2 feet 7 inches shorter than Victor Wembanyama, and like, I know this isn't related to wrestling at all, but holy shit, she's short. Anyway, she loses. Obviously, I mean, they're not gonna put the belt on her. I still really wish we had more to do with Kalani Jordan and the By Elegance brand, because there is that tie. Even in an interview earlier, Kalani Jordan acknowledges she has a history with Ash by Elegance. So I really wish we would just tell that story a bit, because I really feel like it could be extremely interesting. We also don't follow up on the Mr. Elegance storyline that we built last week, so I'm wondering where that's going. I'm just happy to see Kalani Jordan keep being this badass new heel gimmick she's having. It's really working. Santina Morella also introduces Ava to the arena. Ava then introduces Ariana Grace as the general manager of TNA. Not the general manager, she's NXT's representation on TNA. So I mean, that's fun. I'm not upset with that. I mean, she already was a long time ago, and this really worked for her. What's only confusing is she also appeared on Evolve this week just randomly. So is she gonna be pulling double duty? Probably triple duty if she still stacks as manager on NXT. Well, he was also in that attack earlier tonight, so maybe he's on TNA now? I have no clue. I'm so confused about everything that's happening on TNA right now. The show just doesn't make sense. And Turning Point, let's talk about Turning Point. So you're telling me after a month of no action, you're gonna return with one weekly show and then a pay-per-view? What? That doesn't make sense. Hell, you know, take your time and build the stuff up for Gold Rush. Have a few championship matches on Gold Rush instead. Why are we having a pay-per-view? You've had one show with weak story building, nothing really to get me excited about. Now we're having a again, I don't know what to say. I don't expect this show to get a very good rating. Next is Indy Hartwell versus Dani Luna. A really fun match. I'm loving how much knockouts action we're getting. This match ends in disqualification after Dani Luna tries to bring in a steel chair, but she isn't able to hit Indy Hartwell with it. Then Indy Hartwell picks up the chair and beats the ever-living hell out of Dani Luna. And then Dani Luna just runs away. She doesn't want any of this. And later backstage, Indy Hartwell challenges her to a no disqualifications match tomorrow night at Turning Point. So it's a match I'm very excited for. It's probably the end of this feud. I really hope Dani Luna wins because she needs this. And if we really want to make Indy Hartwell interesting, we don't have to make her a badass heel or anything. Just focus on her story. Character. Just build her up as a character. That's what really worked in NXT. That's what got her to be NXT Women's Champion. It will work in TNA too. You just have to commit to it. And you know, Dani Luna, she should win this. She's the more extreme wrestler of the two, and she needs this major victory. Indy Hartwell, she just needs to start focusing on her character, or TNA needs to start focusing on writing her more as a character. Eric Young is also outside of the arena handing out a bunch of cleansing signs, and that was just funny. Eric Young's like a madman. I'm really enjoying his work. I feel like he's doing a great job. I'm excited to see what the whole cleansing thing is about though. It's probably gonna involve some of this new NXT Invasion stuff, but I'm curious because, you know, I don't exactly know what the plan is for this, and it's an intriguing gimmick. Next, the system comes down to the ring and they celebrate their victory at Hardcore War, and they're all basically just inflating each other's ego when JDC announces that he's retiring at the end of the year. Or after Turning Point, sometime, I can't exactly remember, but he's retiring from wrestling, but he does say he is going to help the system find a new member, so I'm also interested in seeing where that goes. But before they can keep talking about that, the Rascals come out and ask for one last match, and when Moose asks, there's 4 of us, only 3 of you, they basically say that, yeah, they don't say his name, but they say Wes Lee is going to come back at Turning Point and team up with them. If Wes Lee is signed to TNA, I'm so down for that. I feel like TNA is a great spot for him, and he would be the perfect foil for Leon Slater in the X Division. Damn, just imagine a bunch of matches between Leon Slater and Wes Lee. God, I would love that. But, you know, I'm sad for JDC. It sucks. I mean, he was never someone I was really invested in, but he felt like a core part of the system. Although I am really excited to see who the new member is. Maybe it's a new signing. Should definitely not be someone from NXT. Please no. But if it's a new signing, I feel like it could be very interesting, and I hope it is someone that brings a completely new dynamic to the system and doesn't just fit in. He's someone that needs to stand out, so that we can see something new and keep the system fresh. Talking about new signings, Mila Moore is signed to TNA. She's a brand new knockout. We get a little package talking about her history, how she got signed. Apparently she's gonna be a heel because she seems to have a very big ego. At least that's what they presented her as. But I'm excited. Again, I love women's wrestling. Every time TNA makes new signings to the Knockouts division, I'm very excited because they really need it. So I'm excited to see what she can do once she gets into the ring, once she starts talking, cutting promos. Very hyped for that. She seems very comfortable in her promos, so hopefully that's good. We're also apparently going to get a BDE versus AJ Francis match, and something I'm low-key excited for because BDE is cool. If you don't know him, he's a big YouTuber, big wrestling YouTuber. But they set the matchup on the pre-show of TNA, and then only had a little backstage segment setting this matchup where it's somehow Leon Slater and Rich Swann got set up for the X Division Championship too. Seemed very sloppy. I am excited for the matches though. Leon Slater is going to get another major victory over Rich Swann. At worst, it should be a good match. And then for BDE versus AJ Francis, I feel like this could have been a storyline that you could have stretched out more. Not only that, you could have had it on the main show and it would have been very interesting. I would have rather seen that than an Elijah concert, which we're also going to get to. Just a lot of weird stuff on the show. I don't feel like whoever booked the show, TNA needs new bookers. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm so frustrated. talking about that Elijah concert. Elijah is supposed to have a concert and he does play a bit of music, but he gets interrupted by Mustafa Ali, who comes out, and Elijah wants a match. He's angry that Ali interrupted him. He wants a match, but Mustafa Ali wants nothing to do with that, and he just attacks him and hits him over the arm he has surgery on with the guitar. So apparently this is a feud. I am down for it, but apparently Elijah is not cleared yet. So I don't know how that match is going to turn out, and if you just brought Elijah back to write him off again, that would have been a stupid decision. I'm hoping not, because in Elijah and Ali feud could be something really interesting. As soon as Ali is paired with someone who's a good character worker, look at his last few feuds, he does some amazing work, and Elijah is someone that can keep up. And then this isn't the main event, but it's the last match we're going to talk about. Cedric Alexander defeats Jason Hodge, and after the match, the rest of the Order 4 come down to attack Cedric Alexander, but they're saved. Cedric is saved by the Hardy Boys, and that's just a stare down. So seemingly the Hardy Boys are going to be defending the championship next against either the Great Hands or against Agent Zero and Mustafa Ali. Probably not, or we're probably going to have a fatal 4-on-4 tag team match between Cedric Alexander, the Hardys, and Elijah going up against the Order 4. Not exactly sure what the plan is, but it was good, man. The show was exhausting to watch. I'm gonna give the show a 4 out of 10. The show wasn't even bad, but the main event, it was such a strange moment where the match was fine. I don't care that Santana has to go up against Ryan Nemeth. That doesn't matter to me at all. But the fact that a bunch of nobodies from NXT interrupt this match. Now, I love NXT. NXT is my favorite weekly show. Those guys are all cool, but it feels like you're giving TNA your lower mid-carders, your jobbers, and just saying like, here, yeah, we're invading you. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then Frankie Kazarian winning the TNA Championship, again, he deserves it, but what a strange booking decision. Now that I have to talk about the rest of the show, it doesn't feel. It brings the whole show down. That's the whole issue. And the fact that you're having Turning Point tomorrow, it's such a weird. I don't even know what, man. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, I cover TNA, NXT, and Evolve every single week. On Thursdays, there's also a podcast with WTF where we talk about Evolve for about 2 hours. If that's your thing, tune into that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I certainly did not enjoy this episode of TNA, that's for sure. So leave a like, subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon.